it because I have like a certain part where I do explain that. This is my ending result of my picture, and I'm actually wearing the same shirt, so that's really weird. But this is what I got out of my To Write Love on Our Arms Day visually. As you can see, tons of people wanted love on their arms, and most people, I actually wrote it for them, and I just took a picture of it because they saw mine, and they're like, oh my god, what is it? I want it, I want it. And I was like, okay. And up there in the corner is my favorite. It was all of you guys in this second hour class up in the corner. And I put mine in the middle. I had Miss Fowl. She didn't want to write it on her arms because she's a gentle woman, and I didn't want to put permanent marker on her arm. But she just wrote it on a piece of paper for me. I thought she was really cute. Myself, I am actually 18 now, and this is my last week of high school, and I'm in this stage where I'm just growing so much, and everything's changing, and it kind of freaks me out. But for me, this project meant more than just writing love on my arms for a day. I am one who has grown up in not really the steadiest household, and I'm not one to show my pain though. I kind of just keep it inside. But I have seen people around me. I've learned that people do show their pain, and it breaks my heart when I see people hurting themselves or thinking about suicide or they're depressed or anything. It really, I don't know how to handle stuff like that. And one of my best friends actually has tried to commit suicide a couple times, and there's not much that you can do. I mean, you think you can just tell them, you know, I'm here for you, whatever, but that doesn't always, that's not what helps people. They physically need people there telling them it's okay, like holding their hands, I'm here for you. And so I kind of did some research for my best friend, and I found To Write Love on Her Arms, and I looked it up, and last summer I bought her tickets to the tour. She went and saw a bunch of bands, and you go to like the kiosks all around, and she really liked that. So I told her that for my senior project, for her, I would do this. My own philosophy on life is love is the biggest thing in the world, I think. I went to a dance convention about a month ago, and I got a scholarship there from this guy that is brand new to the tour this year. I've gone to DMI for 3 years now, never saw this guy in my life. He's a new teacher. And I took an extra class, and I met him, and what he was telling me wasn't just going in one ear and out the other like every other teacher I've ever had. He was seriously, like some teachers just talk to you and you're just like, all right, like I just want to dance, like, I don't want to listen to you talk. But he was just like, I don't know, I bawled my eyes out for 3 days straight listening to this guy talk about love and spreading love and feeling love, and just like you breathing gives you a purpose in this world. And just because when you breathe, you release carbon dioxide or something, and oxygen comes, you know, whatever, the life. So that just opened my eyes to just what life means and what it means to just love people. Like, if there's anything you can do in this world, it's just love people, because you're always going to get that love back. And I thought he was the greatest man alive, and he's beautiful. But that kind of helped me with my project, because literally To Write Love on Our Arms, I think spreading love is one of the biggest, that's the biggest deal to me. Oh, there's me, I'm cute. There's some statistics that I found on the To Write Love on Our Arms website. I read a couple books that I found in the media center about depression, self-harm, and just teenagers in our age group. There's 350 million people worldwide right now suffering from depression. It doesn't mean that they're, you know, drinking every night or doing something to abuse it, but that is a statistic that as of right now people are, you know, they're struggling and we don't know about it. There's 18 million of those people are in the United States alone. Depression often occurs with anxiety, substance abuse, and 30% of teens also develop a substance abuse problems. How many of you know people that abuse substances like every day? Yeah, so like every single person. It's not, I feel like it's not really common knowledge like it should be, but there are people everywhere that are just struggling, and it's kind of like their scream for help. 2/3 of the people are not seeking treatment, not asking for help, and I think that's why it's kind of maybe an attention thing, because they don't know how else to deal with it, so they just abuse. To Write Love on Our Arms is an organization created by Jamie. He is from Florida. He created a MySpace page for one of his best friends. She was on the verge of killing herself, doing a bunch of pills. Like, she actually took, I think, 2 full prescriptions of sleeping pills or something, 2 full bottles, and they were taking her to rehab, and it was just his whole group of friends were determined to help her, and they called it To Write Love on Our Arms. They created t-shirts, they made a MySpace page as their home base for it, and actually out of that MySpace page, they made tons of friends. They got messages, they got replies, people saying, I'm going through this, I need help, I need friends like you guys to help me with my journey. And that inspired Jamie, and his wife and his parents both work in his organization. They all collaborated together, and that's what To Write Love on Our Arms became. There's a blog on To Write Love on Our Arms.
What's that? Sleepers.
Equals here.
There's a live blog on the To Write Love on Our Arms page. People who are actually struggling or need help or anything you can post, anybody can post on it. I thought that was really cool. I think I read like 4 or 5 pages of just blog posts. Jamie and his wife actually post on there daily, and some of the people that work with them talk about some of their friends that are going through the same things right now. And one of their friends that was actually working for the organization just died a week after New Year's, so that has been a huge thing on their page lately. What I've learned from this is basically what I've already said, is love is one of the biggest things in this world, because everybody can love. It doesn't matter who you are, how much money you make, where you live. Love is what connects us, everybody. And I thought it was cool just how, I didn't get that big of a response, but from what I saw and what I've learned, it was just, it made me feel special that people wanted to write Love on Their Arms for my project. I really liked that. I actually contacted somebody at the To Write Love on Our Arms organization. I emailed them and just told them what I was doing, and I was like, I don't know if there's anything you guys can do to help me, but just if you have any information, just, you know, kind of reach out to me if you can. And I got an email back. Can't really read it because it's a picture, but they just say, thanks for contacting us. Our hearts are heavy to hear that you have friends and family that have struggled, but we're glad that you can show people that hope and healing are real. They talk about, unfortunately, due to the number of requests we receive, we can't send you anything because they get an amazing amount of people who want to do something for To Write Love on Our Arms. But they do talk about anything that I can do if I want to spread it, then I can. But my time constraint's 6 weeks. You can't really plan anything like that because it takes so much time and people and a lot of money. One thing I didn't want to do was deal with money within this because that's just kind of a pain. But any money that they raise goes right back toward their organization. They use that money to pay for their travel and pay for they donate money to, they have tons of organizations on their website. But they were really happy just to hear from me and hear that I am doing something within my own community, even if it is kind of small. But I thought it was really cool for them to email me back because who knows how many thousands of emails they're getting daily about stuff like this. One of my biggest things with this was social media. Us kids these days, I mean, you can tell people word of mouth what's going on, but how many people sit on their phones, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter all day long? How many people? Like everybody. I mean, that's where you see things and that's where you can like it or you can repost it or what have you. I posted a lot on my Twitter. I made a Facebook page. And that was kind of where some of my biggest struggles were, is I could not get on Facebook. I had to kind of weave my way through the system and with some help. And my Facebook page, I think, got up to 30 likes, which only 19 of them were friends of mine on Facebook. So I did get some likes of people that I don't know. I think that was cool. My Twitter, I I didn't get many like favorites or retweets or whatever, but just like putting that on there, I know I have some friends that go to Shepherd School, that's how they learn about it. Right here, I posted a survey actually, and I didn't get very many responses on that, but from what I did, I learned that almost every single person that took it was a different age. Almost every single person did a different sport or academic club or fine arts, whatever, what have you. And everybody almost had the same response. I know somebody that abuses, I know somebody that cuts or burns or whatever, I know somebody that's attempted suicide. Everybody's answers in that part were exactly the same. I didn't have one that said, no, I don't know anybody, and that just shows that there are people everywhere that are struggling with things and you just don't know about, like they're among you, and I think that's really scary. But right here is my picture that I posted on Instagram that I got a bunch of likes on, and I posted my phone number on there, but that's how I received all my pictures, mostly was through text message, and that's how I made my collage. My success for To Write Love on Our Arms Day, I think was pretty good. I just hope that I helped somebody through the way. I don't know if I did or not, but maybe there's a long-term success that I will have that I don't really know about. My message was just show love, spread love. It's all about people. I didn't really do it for my own benefit because I know that there's always going to be somebody there to help me. I don't really think like that. I don't feel like I'm alone in this world and whatever, but I have struggled with thoughts of things, and I guess that doesn't really affect me like that, but my message is that I'm here if somebody else needs me, that I'm a person that will reach out and help somebody. I feel like I've done a good thing by doing this project. I feel like I've impacted people, and maybe somebody next try will do the same project, and maybe somebody will spread it further than I have. I feel like I could have done more with this. I've just been under a lot of stress with graduating early and stuff, but I hope somebody somewhere along the lines will take it even farther because it's such a good project, and I really think it's important to show people who you are and what you have to offer.